What's up, guys? So, I got a question. Do you think Bronny James would have done better with the sports GOAT dad, LeVar Ball, than being raised by LeBron James? I personally think that LeVar Ball would have gave Bronny a better childhood and better life towards playing in the NBA and being a successful basketball player than LeBron has. And I'll tell you why. It's because if you look at his sons, look how his sons are, They're tough, they're good guys, they're funny. And LeVar Ball's been training them since they were young. He put everything into those kids. There's videos, you can go far back as them being babies. He's got a basketball goal, a little hoop. He's showing them drills. He's training them. He's been the coach for every single game of their whole life. He's made leagues for them. He's made brands for them. He's been the biggest and best sports marketer father ever in history. Ever. He said Lonzo Ball was going to be better than Magic Johnson and he was going to be having his jersey retired hanging up in the Raptors. He said he could beat MJ in a one-on-one right now and in his prime, that he was too strong and MJ was too little. He would just take him to the basket. And he also said, LaMelo was going to be the best and he was going to have all three of his sons in the NBA, which we know LiAngelo got a few games with Charlotte. So he really did that. He really accomplished that. And, I remember when Lonzo was going to get drafted, he had the I told you so hat LaMelo, because he said he would be back, and people, oh, no, you're not. What are you doing? You're taking your son out and you're taking him to Lithuania. That was an amazing parenting decision to take LaMelo and LiAngelo to Lithuania, because we watched them really develop as players and they had to develop as men, being in an atmosphere away from the mansion. We know they grew up in Chino Hills. We knew they grew up in a very nice environment, a very kind of sheltered environment. And LaMelo was the baby of the family, so you could tell he was the most immature. He was the most goofy. And LeVar, usually if you watched Ball in the Family, LeVar would have to get on him and be real strict with LaMelo, because LaMelo was like kind of out of control, wild, You had Lonzo, the chill, quiet, older brother. He's kind of like the most responsible one. LiAngelo's like, he's kind of more like the LeVar build, a little tougher, probably the toughest brother, the most swole. He did make the stupid decision. He's kind of, a bolder guy. And then you got LaMelo, who's like LeVar on steroids. He'll say whatever, He's just crazy, acts wild. He, acts kind of like a 2K player. It's just, he's a different kind of dude. But I think that the dad instilled in all of them, discipline. We all know they're scared of their dad to this day. We all know that they have the utmost respect for their father. I saw the other day on LeVar's birthday, LaMelo had stopped the reporter and said he wanted to shout out his father and tell his father happy birthday. You always see this with the Ball family. You see them together. You see them doing things together. And hopefully they can get Lonzo and LaMelo on the same team. I think they're going to be able to do that this year. And that'll be awesome, And if that happens, they're going to try to find a way to get LiAngelo on the team. And then nobody can tell LeVar nothing. All three of his sons on the same NBA team. Wow, that's what he said all along was going to happen. That's what he said all along he wanted, But we see LeBron James, he's trying to become the next sports GOAT dad, but he didn't put in any work. You can tell right away when you watch Bronny play that LeBron didn't put that much work in with him. He wasn't training. We all know Bronny was playing video games. We all know, Bronny wasn't as interested as LeVar's sons in basketball. These kids, everything was basketball. Bronny was more of a gamer. Bronny cared about more of that lane. He's kind of more of like an influence figure than really a basketball player. Nobody takes him serious. And I bet LiAngelo Ball would destroy him in a one-on-one. It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be close. And LiAngelo's way bigger. LiAngelo's a pretty big dude, about 6'6", good 230, 240. Pretty big dude. So that wouldn't go well. But you got Braun here, he shows a little clips on Instagram reels of him and Bryce and Bronny, and how he's training them and they're going to be in the NBA. But we know those are nepotism. LeVar Ball, he took his sons to one to Lithuania, one to UCLA. LaMelo also played in Australia or New Zealand, and that molded them. That molded them. He kept them in high school at Chino Hills. He didn't take them and put them in Sierra Canyon. No, he kept them at Chino Hills. Y'all going to all play together. Y'all going to all win together. And we saw what they did. LeBron's let Bronny always go to these stacked teams, and he never made him force him to be the man, like Gilbert Arenas is always saying. You need to take your son and let him go be at a smaller high school and be the man, learn how to do everything. He has to go out there and get 10 rebounds, 10 steals, 10 assists, and make all the shots. Be tired and still lead the team. If you're on a good team like these Sierra Canyon teams, you're not going to really be able to do that. You're going to have to play your role because everyone there is a 5-star. Everyone there is an amazing player. So they're looking for more of a role player than they're looking for you to be the star guy, unless you're some just amazing, talent. But we saw that usually there, they always have a stacked team. So there's a lot of amazing talents. But LeBron has to be kicking himself because he always, he hated on Lavar because Lavar told him, about Bronny, like how he needed to do better. Or he made a comment kind of negative about him. And LeBron went off and said, don't ever say anything about my son. Don't worry about it. Worry about your life. And we see now, though, let's be honest, LeVar Ball is a better father than LeBron James when it comes to developing your child for basketball. And I would say developing your child for life, because we see the nepotism moves LeBron does. We see LeBron saying, oh, Bronny can't travel on a charter plane. He's not allowed. It's too dangerous. Or he doesn't do that. He only flies private jet. That's ridiculous. Come on. Let this kid go be a normal kid. Let this kid develop. LeVar sent his dang kids to Lithuania. Like, come on, man. And LeBron, you can't even send Bronny to Vegas. You can't even send Bronny to Sacramento. He had to get like your special permission. You got him wasting away on the bench when he could be developing in the G League. LeVar wouldn't be allowing that. LeVar would make a whole new league just for Bronny to play in. If he saw, he wasn't developing in the NBA, he would have made a whole, like he already did for his sons, a league. And he would have made a Bronny league. And Bronny would have been, the star, and he'd have been boosting his son up. Instead, LeBron's out here embarrassing his son, but he's still boosting him up. But then he's embarrassed, and now he's just hiding his son. And it's like, what's going on here? What are you doing? Are you still, Bronny's going to be better than half the league? Is he still better than half the league? These questions are not answered. Bron just said, let him talk. And we always, I don't know. I just like the way that LeVar parents his sons way more than LeBron. I don't like the way he's passive aggressive. I don't like the way he's manipulative. I don't like how he used Bronny. It feels like Bronny, he used his son as a gimmick to try to make him look better in a GOAT race that's not even real, because everyone knows that everyone has a different opinion on who they think the best player is. So you're fighting over nothing. And he made his son, a mockery. His son get all this flack over what? When LeVar Ball did that, people went crazy. When LeVar Ball said his son was better than Steph Curry, people went nuts. And they were saying, he's going to get him messed up out there. He's terrible. Take him off TV. I'm so tired of him. He's so crazy and arrogant. But when LeBron James does it, there's no problem. That's the world we live in. But that's okay. In reality, this is the dad that Bronny needed right here. He needed LeVar Ball. Or he would actually probably be a D1 prospect. He would probably actually be a pretty good player. But poor Bronny, he didn't get that. Instead, he got LaDiva James. So let me know what you think. Do y'all guys think LeVar Ball is the GOAT of all sports stats? Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's Bias Sports. I'm out.